back to Creepcast. Today we're going to be reading a story from C.K. Walker, a household favorite on the channel. And this story is called Room 733. 733.
Room 733. This one, once again, comes recommended by Harry. Will it have the same things as the last story recommended by Harry? Well, we'll find out. We'll see.
Brick.
Yeah, Brick. Brick Harry.
Brick.
We'll see. I don't know. We're about to find out. I will say this one doesn't have any not safe for work tabs.
That is true.
Like that's a good sign. Good
and
start.
I said, well, is it a good sign or is the writer a coward?
C.K. Walker, we know for a fact she's not afraid. Yeah, the Baraska author, coward for sure.
True.
But this story is called Room 733. I don't know anything about it other than it relates to the paranormal somehow. So I'm excited for that.
A little ghost story,
I haven't had a good ghost story in a bit.
I like a nice ghost story every once in a while.
I like a nice ghost story as well. So I'm excited to get into it. An author that we know and love and also hate sometimes, but mostly love.
No, always love. Nothing but love always.
I was in this floor having the greatest crash out I ever have on the show.
Which is all based in love.
Okay. So I'm excited to get into it. Hunter, do we have anything going on? Anything to announce right now?
Just want to say thank you guys to the audio listeners over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you for giving us a nice rating there. It really does help if you're listening right now in your car and your headphones. Thank you. Also to all of our beautiful patrons, thank you so much. And also we probably still have merch. So if you want some merch, you're looking for some clothes for your beautiful bodies, feel free and pick some up at the link on the screen or in the description. It's there. It supports the channel. Thank you so much.
Some designs are pretty cool.
I will say the designs are sick.
All right, well, with that out of the way, are you ready to begin?
Room 733.
Room 733. Let's see what is in store for us today. I'm scared. This side room. Okay, well.
The unalive room.
Yeah. There we go. We're saved. Thank you.
We're saved. Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube. The side room. That's what they call room 733, as if I didn't have enough to worry about on my first day as a freshman. We had assigned the dorm room 734, which, it turns out, wasn't one of the nice add-on rooms in the South Hall. Now, we found ourselves in the older wing of the building on the 7th floor. I wasn't too bummed out, though. At least they'd honor my request to room with my best friend. Lydia and I spent most of the morning moving ourselves in. By the time our resident advisor came by, I was taping up posters and Lydia was reading.
Hi girls, I'm Beth.
Chirped the bubbly blonde girl as she bounced into our room.
I'll be your RA this year. Hi.
I nodded at her.
Wow, you girls really work fast.
She said, taking in our...
I'm giving some big girl energy. I really need to reel it back, dude.
Wow, you girls really work fast.
So what about that as opposed to the last one made it not big girl?
Wow.
Oh, the voice. You're hitting that scary Carrie a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, I saw a piece. So you're talking about like stupid thoughts you've had. I was scrolling through the subreddit the other day and someone had done artwork of Jacoby, like super tall, hot blonde girl, doing scary Carrie's makeup. And I was like, aw. That was my equivalent of you thinking of Train during the one story.
It is the gayest song of all time.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Also, all the fucking stuff of people drawing me in your lap and we're like kissing or vice versa. We need to cut that out.
You know how it works on the internet.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said anything.
Bleep it. Bleep it all out. Bleep it. It's been bleeped.
Or unless you knew that's how it works. So you did it to bring attention to it.
No. Ruth?
Wow, you girls really work fast.
She said, taking in our made beds and hung up clothes. Beth picked up a drawing of Cthulhu that looked...
What?
What? Just that quick into the story. The arcane drawings. Beth picked up a drawing of Cthulhu that Lydia had done over the summer. She turned it sideways, studying it.
Is this the Crockett from the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'm glad that you mispronounced it on purpose. That was a good touch.
What, is this the Kraken? Is it Kraken?
I've never heard someone say Kraken. I thought you were doing that on purpose. It feels accurate for the character to be like, is this a Kraken?
Is this the Kraken from
No,
Pirates
no,
of the
no.
Caribbean?
I liked it better with the Kraken, but I thought you were doing it on purpose. Do you actually call it the Kraken?
I don't know. Why not? The
What do you-
Kraken.
That's what you call the giant squid monster? Like
Yeah.
a crock pot?
The Kraken. Kraken.
Whatever. Lydia glared at her over the top of her book.
So anyway, I know our hall isn't as new as the South Hall, but trust me, there's plenty of history here. This building is almost 60 years old.
Yes, I can see that. The rooms are pretty small.
Well, people were small in the 50s.
Really.
Yep, really.
Beth pursed her lips and just continued to stand there while the room filled with awkward silence.
So, the corner room next to us, 733, is it? Looks a lot bigger than our room. Is anyone assigned to that room, or could we maybe...
Oh, you don't want that room. There were a couple sides in there. A hanging and a jumper, if I remember right.
They're not a hanger and a jumper.
A hanging and a jumper, if I remember right. They're not assigning anyone to that room. Anyway, I'd just like to remind you that this is an all-girls floor, and the guys are not allowed up here after 11.
Before we could reply to her, Beth clapped her hands and with a quick,
Well, nice meeting you.
she skipped out of the room. I like how she's like, no boys allowed. Someone hung themselves and the other one right out the window.
All right, girls, seriously, periods have got to be in sync. Someone died on this floor. We have got to get our menzies really lined up.
Someone took the quick elevator down.
Yeah. Hanging and a jumping.
They're bouncing off the roofs and the windows.
Swing, swing, sweet chariots.
Lydia dropped her book on the bed and stared out into the hall.
I hate her. Did you hear the bomb she fucking dropped? I'm gonna call her dumb shit Beth. Lydia, seriously? Suicides? Oh, Becca, relax. Every college campus has a few suicides. Yeah, but in the same room? Really? Who cares? It's not our room. Yeah, I guess.
I turned to study the little window in our room.
Can you imagine climbing out that tiny window and jumping? You'd be alive for at least 5 seconds before you hit the ground. Oh, fuck, Becca, can you not?
Lydia glanced at the window and visibly shuddered.
You know I fucking hate heights, and just talking about that shit's raising my blood pressure. We could always move into the room. That one has a window on each wall. Fuck you. Okay, but seriously, think about it. It would take a lot of commitment to squeeze out that tiny window. Yeah, well, remember, people were apparently smaller back then.
Lydia mumbled as she pushed her bed further away from the window.
Okay, these are some catty bitches. These kitties got claws. These pussies got claws.
I don't think they said anything to justify this tone you're taking this
What?
early on.
Okay, so Beth, obviously the hot one, comes in. They're jealous.
She's like, hey,
obviously
by the way,
hot one.
seriously, people have totally unalived themselves. Just trying to keep it PC for you guys. Have a good day. She's an
She's the
angel.
hot one to you?
She's an angel.
Okay. And the others are not for some reason.
No, they're dogs.
Okay. Why? Okay.
Bleep that?
Yeah,
Bleep-
it's fine.
That's a bleep.
Since Lydia was an outgoing and friendly person, we made friends at lightning speed. There were a lot of parties in those first few weeks, at one of which Lydia inevitably met a guy. I'd known the girl since we were in diapers, so I fully anticipated her having a boyfriend by the end of September. His name was Mike, and he wasn't anything special. Just your standard frat pledge douche canoe. After about a month on campus, the novelty of college started wearing off. Lydia and I found our stride, and we spent more weekends studying than drinking. Midterms were coming up in a couple weeks, and I was determined to maintain a 4.0 throughout my freshman year. One night in early October, I was woken by a loud, grinding sound. I sat up in bed and strained to hear it again. Lydia was also wide awake and listening. Bang! WTF, she mouthed to me. It wasn't unusual for there to be noise in the hallway since other people came in at all hours of the night. But this sound had definitely come from the next door. Corner room. A grind.
Is that? Yeah. That's the window next door.
At Lydia's insistence, we kept our window closed at all times. However, there was no mistaking the sound of the window in room 733 being opened and closed, again, at regular intervals. Slam!
Who's in there?
Lydia shrugged.
Is someone fucking with us? Is this like initiation?
Lydia raised her eyebrow at me.
Initiation to what? I don't know, college? Maybe they're hazing the freshmen.
Grind. Opened.
Who's hazing the freshmen?
I shrugged. Slam. It shut.
Becca, I love you, but that was fucking stupid.
I threw a pillow at her.
Well, whoever it is, go tell them to knock it the fuck off. Me? I'm not risking being thrown out a window.
A grind.
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm an art major. You're a political science major. You go lay down the law. Fuck that. Then call dumb shit Beth. Is this the kind of nonsense she should deal with?
Slam.
I'm not calling her. Don't you put that evil on me. Fine. Then we'll just have to ignore it. I have class at 7:30.
Grind.
Then do something. Ugh.
Got out of bed and stomped to the door. Threw it open dramatically and went down the hall to pound on the door to room 733, which simply said, supply room.
People are trying to sleep. Please fucking stop.
He said when there was no answer. Slam.
Dude, seriously.
I stepped back from the door and immediately noticed a problem. Room 733 was padlocked shut from the outside. Hurried back to my room.
What happened? I'm not going anywhere near that fucking room again. It's locked from the outside. I don't know how anybody could have got in there. So, you're saying it's a spooky ghost? No, I'm saying there's I'm saying there's creepy shit going on inside a room colloquially called the room.
Lydia scoffed and rolled over to go back to sleep.
You should have been a drama major.
We didn't hear the window next door again that night, but the next morning you could clearly see from the outside that both windows in the corner room were now wide open.
It's kind of fun.
It is fun. This feels like a scary story you hear around campus.
I always like the dialogue C.K. Walker writes too.
It's very pulpy,
very natural.
Yeah. It feels, a lot of it feels like kind of, well, we talked about with Deep Woods, where it feels very like coming of age a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think there's even like two college freshmen kind of vibe. I like the back and forth between them so far. Mm-hmm. And like I said, these little bitches got fangs. I like it. Also, a nice deal. Art major, political science major, leftist scum. Kidding, believe that
again. No, you have to leave that one in there. You're leaving that one in there. It reminds me of just like little story, like around campus, we always had, there were so many ghost stories where I went to college at. Be like, oh, if you go to this building and you go at night, you can, if you have a Ouija board, you can talk to the ghost of so-and-so and stuff like that. I remember one night we went around campus to all like the spots and played with Ouija boards.
We, at my school, we had like, there was supposedly like this, it's called the like Beatty House Ghost, and it was always like a thing where it's like a liberal arts building kind of thing, but it was like an old house. So it's supposed to be like the person who first lived there was roaming the halls. So yeah, I feel like at every college there's always like one building or one area that has some kind of this place. Granted, I've never heard of someone being like, this is the room.
Yeah. Well, we had some dark ones at art because my college, before it was built, the area was a Civil War battleground or like an encampment or something. So like by both sides of different parts, like Union and Confederate. So most of the ghost stories revolved around that. Like, oh, there was like, this was the sick bay where all the soldiers died. So you can hear them moaning or whatever. But there was one building on campus that was a sanitarium right after the war. That had caught on fire and burned down, and then they rebuilt the building on like the old foundation. So all the ghost stories, they were like, yeah, if you go to like 2 a.m. and like a janitor was there and he just saw women on fire everywhere. It's like, well, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's kind of
I'm sure. I would love to hear other people if someone has anything as intense as like room.
I don't think
like a title is pretty crazy.
The room.
Can you imagine if it was like the anal cottage?
What's that
on your
one?
Campus?
You're
like, what?
There's that meme that goes around all the time.
I believe that.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
No, what did he say?
No. Yeah. Right.
It's like that meme that's going around where like someone modded Left 4 Dead to where all the stores say evil ass building.
I haven't seen that meme.
Okay, all right, well, it's pretty funny. It was on the Creepcast subreddit. Yeah, everyone made jokes about that being Baraska. Evil ass building.
The shiny gentleman kind of thing. Yeah. Anyways, like it so far. Kind of like a little Scooby-Doo vibe to it.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I watched the windows on room 733 for an entire week, but they remained open. Occasionally at night, I thought I could hear a noise next door, like marbles dropping and rolling across the floor. Since it never woke Lydia up, I didn't bother to say anything. One afternoon, I was alone in the dorm editing notes on my laptop. I had my headphones in, but the music wasn't loud enough to cover the noise of someone knocking on the door.
Come in.
I said without looking up from the screen. A moment went by, and then I heard the knocking again. I jerked my earbuds out and slammed the laptop closed. I turned around.
Come.
What the? The door to the hallway was wide open. I left it open on purpose since Ian, a junior I was dating, was supposed to be stopping by. I heard the knocking again from behind me and literally jumped out of my chair. It had come from the other side of the room. The closet door. It was the closet that shared a wall with room 733.
Lydia, you are not fucking funny.
Nothing.
Lydia, I swear to God, I will punch you in the face.
Silence. I walked over to the closet door and grasped the handle.
Lydia, you're a fucking what?
Her voice came from the doorway behind me. I let go of the doorknob and stumbled back, wide-eyed. Lydia threw her stuff on the bed and turned to me, crossing her arms.
I'm a fucking what? I thought you were hiding in the closet. What? Why? Because someone was knocking on the door. Jesus, Becca.
Lydia rubbed her forehead and walked over to the closet, throwing open the door. There was nothing there but clothes and boxes. She made a swipe of her arm as if to say, "What now?"
I swear, Becca, there's no one in here. I know what I heard.
We glared at each other until our little standoff was interrupted by the timely arrival of Ian. He immediately sensed the tension in the room.
Hi, ladies. What's new?
Gave my roommate a hostile look.
There's strange shit is going on in that room next door, but that's not new. Which room? 735 or the empty one? The empty one. 733. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's the room. Right. We heard about the deaths.
I sat down on my bed.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. 3 all in one dorm room. 3?
Lydia raised her eyebrow.
We were told there were just 2. Well, there were a couple in the 70s, and then some guy about 10 years ago, he just jumped out the window.
Lydia and I both shuddered. Although she was much worse, we were both terrified of heights. Falling death was about the worst thing I could think of.
I will admit that 3 in the same dorm room is fucking disturbing.
Lydia said in an apologetic tone.
I heard that's something. Yeah, I heard there's something in that room. Like what? No one knows. But every year someone has a new theory. Usually right around Halloween, something gets published in the campus paper. Whatever is in there, though, it ain't friendly. So, has anyone ever killed themselves in the neighboring rooms like this one? No, just 733. I was surprised when they were opening the North Hall this year. They told us we're the biggest incoming freshman class in like 20 years. I heard that too. You know you could request a room change, right?
Ian sat down on the bed next to me and I leaned against his shoulder.
Yeah, but they wouldn't keep us together. Becca and I have been best friends for 15 years. We can't room with other people. So, should we just keep living here next to Satan?
Glanced at the closet door again. Lydia shrugged.
At least we'll have some stories to tell after graduation. These aren't the kind of stories I want to tell.
A few days later, Lydia began to believe my closet story. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of someone whispering. Looked over at Lydia, who was already staring at me with wide eyes. She slowly brought a finger to her lips. I listened intently, trying to hear what the voice was saying and where it was coming from, but I couldn't understand even one word. Got out of my bed and tiptoed over to Lydia's. The whispering was definitely louder over there, but then she shared a wall with room 733. I listened harder. Never taken mouths of fools. What the hell? Lydia leaned over and put her ear up to the wall. The whispers suddenly stopped and I leaned closer. Suddenly there was a loud bang from the other side. Lydia immediately recoiled and clutched her ear in pain. Someone was in there. Suddenly, more angry than scared, I again threw open our door and stomped over to the supposedly empty supply room. I banged on the door loudly, not caring who else I woke up at this point.
Are you fucking kidding me? This shit isn't funny anymore. Come out of that fucking room, you asshole.
Silence. And then the doorknob started to turn. I don't know what I'd expect to happen, but it wasn't that. I backed up so far from the door that I ran into the opposite wall. When the handle had turned all the way down, something started to push from the other side. The door groaned loudly, but the locks held. I held my breath until the pressure on the door subsided and the handle slowly returned to its normal position. I noticed Lydia peeking her head out from the room. She held up her hands as if to say, "What happened?"
Someone thinks they're funny.
I answered her out loud. She shook her head and disappeared back into our room. I knelt down on the floor and brought my head down to the carpet, peering under the door crack. It was the first time I had seen into the corner room. 733 was definitely a supply closet. There were chairs stacked along one wall and bed frames along the other. A few rotting mattresses were piled under one of the windows, and a thick layer of dust covered everything in the room. The windows were absolutely huge, which was something you couldn't really tell by looking up at the building. They were open as always, and I could definitely see how someone could easily climb through them to the outside ledge. The room didn't look like it had been disturbed in a couple of decades, which sent a shudder racking through my body. The moonlight, which had been providing enough light to see into the room, suddenly vanished. I saw only pitch black inside. I blinked rapidly, trying to adjust my night vision. I squeezed my eyes shut, and when I opened them, a large yellow eye was looking back at me, only a few inches away from my face on the other side of the door. I screamed, woke up half the dorm. That's good. I like that. That's fun, classic. I'm looking through, something covers up. It's a yellow eye looking back at me.
Yeah, it feels very much like a little like campfire story right now.
Yeah. This is 100% like scared the kiddos kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which also, this reminds me, have you heard that the whole campus pisser story thing going around right now, like the trend? So I don't know where it started, but apparently on some university, a guy may, like, say for example, it was like Kansas University. He made a TikTok account that was like the Kansas Pisser. So he's on campus at night going to different like places around and just peeing on stuff. So it's like statue middle, and he like takes the camera. He's like in the middle of like a intersection or something, just pees on it. Or like going up to like cars and dorm rooms and stuff. And it's spread. My small private college I went to has one. And it's like all the places I know. And it's just some guy.
So just all these campuses just have pissers now?
Yes. Most of them have dedicated pissers. Who are like,
would you rather be haunted or know that your entire campus is covered in pee?
Haunted. That's more enjoyable. It's more understandable.
Everywhere you touch is just dirty piss.
Yeah,
it's definitely the kind of piss too, where you're definitely dehydrated.
What's funny about the one at the school I went to is like the faculty have made posts where they're like, whoever's find this is going to be immediately faced with like, you know, academic probation, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. So the pisser's account is now him peeing, and the captions are like, they think they can stop me, they'll never stop me.
God, what a hero. A real vigilante.
I'm Batman.
Batman.
I'm the hero this campus needs. Want to take a quick break from the episode to thank today's sponsor, ZocDoc. I don't go to the doctor as much as I should, and if you are spending this much of your time listening to a podcast about fictional monsters, then you probably don't either. But really, I can't blame you, because everything from booking appointments to insurance to finding out what's wrong with you can be pretty scary. But that's where today's sponsor, ZocDoc, is here to help. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors. Choose the right ones for your needs and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty. That's everything from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. Most of us won't go to a restaurant without checking out the online reviews first, so why don't we take something like healthcare just as seriously? You can filter for doctors based on their rating, if they take your insurance, if they're nearby. And because of that, it's super easy to find a doctor that suits your needs. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. You don't want to admit it, but you should probably see a doctor. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Creepcast to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Again, that is zocdoc.com/creepcast, zocdoc.com/creepcast to get in on this incredible offer today. Thank you all so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring the show. It really does mean the most. And we are back to the episode. There's no denying that things were escalating. The next morning, Lydia and I put in dorm change requests with resident services and hoped for the best. In the meantime, we agreed to never be alone in our dorm room at night. Either we both spent the night at home or neither of us did. We started spending most nights with our respective boyfriends. I told Ian everything that had happened, and he suggested I maybe talk to the campus paranormal society. Yeah, they'll know what to do.
You know how fucking weird that is? I'd be like, what?
Have you tried
have they
Ouija board?
Yeah, exactly. Babe, have you talked to the ghost hunters on campus?
Maybe they could help you hunt these ghosts.
They'll probably help you out seriously with that ucky room. I gotta go pledge. I'll be right back.
I hesitantly made an appointment, and Lydia and I met with a small, cleanly dressed kid named Craig and 4 of his colleagues the following Tuesday. We told them everything we could remember, every incident, no matter how small. Craig and the 4 other members of the Paranormal Society sat quietly and took notes for half an hour. It wasn't until we finished that anyone spoke.
Is it all? Yes. Would you mind waiting out in the hall for a few minutes so that I may confer with my colleagues? Sure. Whatever you need.
Lydia smiled indulgently and stood up.
Whatever you need.
The door had barely shut behind us when Lydia snorted and rolled her eyes.
Let's go. Go where? Are you serious? Lydia, come on. We need help. I'm freaking out. We haven't stayed one night in our dorm since Thursday, so this isn't something we can just brush off. Okay, let's hear what they have to say. Then we can go to the resident service and check out our move request.
We loitered out in the hallway for another 15 minutes before Craig came out and asked us to come back and take a seat. With all the pomp and circumstance of a meeting of Parliament, Craig cleared his throat and made his diagnosis. This is time for Hunter to lock in. This is a slow fastball straight down center plane. Bases loaded.
What you're dealing with, ladies, is a very angry ghost.
And the crowd goes wild.
Is that your professional opinion, Craig?
Lydia said. I shot her a look.
Pretty much. A vengeful spirit. A spirit?
I very much doubted that that's what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
Answered one of the not Craigs.
That's ghost of the layperson.
God, fuck this guy.
Jesus Christ.
Lydia groaned and rubbed her temples. Mistaking Lydia's frustration with despair, Craig rushed right into his speech.
Don't be afraid, ladies. We're going to take care of you. It's true that spirits can be quite a headache if you don't know how to exercise them, which is why it's good you came to us. It's almost always result in an angry ghost. They need revenge. Revenge on whom? On other students. Perhaps his particular spirit was bored into taking his own life, and now he seeks to torment others. Listen, we can take care of this for you right away. All we ask is a small donation to the society. We honestly didn't realize that room was having this much activity. It's really very exciting. Great, well, thank you for your time.
Lydia said as she grabbed my hand and pulled me out of my chair.
Do you want to set something up for this weekend? Tell you what, we'll call you.
I think it's hilarious that the Campus Paranormal Research Society did not realize the demon room was throwing open
some
doors
inkling.
We had some inkling of distress, but we didn't realize that it was that busy. We didn't realize that there was this much paranormal phenomenon occurring in that room.
They're on the other side of campus with like EMFs, like, I'm getting a reading. And then behind them in the distance, the windows are like, boom, 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 boom.
If only there was something that could have really put us on the map. Better not check the suicide room. We'll keep being in the cafeteria for now.
I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Turtle Beach. Things don't always age well, like my chair that died. But some things, like Turtle Beach, age great. When I was 12 years old, playing on an Xbox 360, Turtle Beach was the brand to get, and I'm happy to tell you that in 2025, they're still the brand that continues to deliver high-quality sound and comfortable functionality. And since they sent me a pair of their Stealth 700s, I haven't taken them off. These are, without exaggeration, the best headphones I've ever owned. For one, I always had wired headphones because I didn't like dealing with battery life, but the Stealth 700s have 80 hours of runtime per charge. And honestly, I think it may be a bit longer than that. I use them all day while I'm watching videos or recording or doing podcasts, and then at night I use them to play video games with friends. And not only are they higher quality headphones than I've been using, but I forget these things aren't wired because I don't have to charge them for so long. As a matter of fact, since I've moved to this location, I have only charged them one time. And as someone who has to wear headphones for work and games with friends, having something that's so comfortable and the battery lasts so long that I forget it's wireless and I forget I have them on means a lot. They're also the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless system, meaning instead of putting up with the hassle of Bluetooth or other wireless connections, you just get this little USB port that you plug into the computer and the wireless headset connects directly to that. And what's cool is you can have two of them, so one can go to your computer, the other to your laptop or Xbox, and all you have to do is press a button to switch between one or the other. And on top of it, it also has Bluetooth if you want to just connect it to your phone. I can't recommend Turtle Beach enough, and if you want to get in on their stuff like the Stealth 700, then now's the perfect time. That's because if you head to the link in the description at turtlebeach.com and use the discount code Creepcast, you will be able to get 10% off your entire order. That is right, 10% off. It can be the Stealth 700s or anything else you want for them. Again, just head to turtlebeach.com and use the code Creepcast, and then after you order, they'll ask who sent you, so if you could say us, it would really mean a lot. So get in on it while you can. Thank you to Turtle Beach for sponsoring the show. Their link will be in the description. We are now back to the episode. Lydia hurried me out of the room wearing a weary look, and we didn't speak again until we were almost to the admin building.
That was a waste of time. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you, but Becca, tell me you didn't honestly buy into that. So, you don't think that it's
I was having trouble even saying the word. It sounds so ridiculous.
Ghost? I don't fucking know. I mean, but neither do they. That guy had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
Pulled my hood lower over my eyes as we stepped into line at the resident service desk.
Let me put this away. They're playing Ghostbusters and we're living in the fucking Exorcist. Fine. Then what do you want to do? Just keep sleeping at Mike and Ian's until we get reassigned? I just want this to end.
Lydia crossed her arms and stared straight ahead. We all wanted this to end. Even if living next to that room wasn't scary, it sure as hell distracting.
All right, well, I mean, you're probably safe during daylight hours, so as long as you don't spend nights there, we should be okay. Our room is only ghost adjacent after all, and our new assignments will come through it soon.
Checked my watch.
Fuck, it's almost 2. Shit, really? I gotta go. Mike got accepted into Sigma Chi, and he's getting initiated today. Oh yeah, I forgot he rushed.
The girl at the desk waved us forward. I didn't even realize we'd reached the front of the line.
Let me know what they say.
Lydia says she ran out the door. I will say those people always annoy me when like there's something going on. It's like, well, what do we do? What do we do? And some person's like, I just want to do it. It's like, okay.
I just want this to be over.
That drives me up a wall every time. Or like, well, where do you want to go eat? We could get Mexican, we could get Chinese. I just want to eat. I didn't think of that.
There's nothing I hate more in any social situation. Like legitimately, this is one of my biggest pet peeves is when I do. What are you feeling? Anything will do.
Oh my gosh.
No one has an opinion ever on anything. It's just literally, that's why almost I like Nick, because Nick will literally just be like, chicken sandwich? It doesn't matter. And then he will always suggest it. He'll won't ever be like, I don't care. He'll always do, chicken sandwich? Every time. Which is lovely.
Like a middle
Because so many times
schooler.
I'll have guests come over and I'll be like, what are you feeling? Just anything. Whatever you want. I'm fine with anything.
Whatever you say. Whatever you want to have. Hunter to friends that stay at his house. Hunter to people he cares about and invites into his home.
That's what I do. My shadow's on the wall at night. The fucking room my friend's staying is going to be the fucking suicide. 7:33 is on the door.
I have heard some weird noises in your house at night.
I've never actually heard anything.
Everyone who is like Justin, everyone who has stayed at your house has like heard a weird thing, at least like friends.
They're not happy with you. Me and Allison, I haven't heard literally even a mouse.
Maybe they're afraid of you.
It's that calm and quiet. It's so silent that it's so painfully loud. The silence is so painfully loud.
Justin said he heard like chains and like someone moaning. That was just Hunter upstairs holding chains. Like,
That was me.
Meanwhile, downstairs, me and Justin are doing like the Scooby-Doo, like run. I'm holding him.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. I'm floating, dude. I'm floating. That's what happened.
Yeah. That's your house. Yeah.
Yeah.
The girl at the desk eyed me suspiciously as I approached.
Hi, you're the girl trying to move out of 734 in Riley, aren't you?
She caught me off guard.
Yeah, one of them. I mean, how'd you know? Sorry, I overheard you. I was just saw your fall across my desk a few days ago, and I gotta ask, why are you looking to transfer rooms exactly?
I was tired. I was beaten down. I didn't have the energy to think of a lie.
Because shit is going on in an empty room next door, and it's really freaking us out. Noises, whispers, knocking. The other night I saw someone. You saw someone. Yeah. In room 733. Yeah, I looked under the door, and there was definitely someone in there.
Girl narrowed her eyes at me for a moment, then nodded for no particular reason.
Well, your rooms aren't ready yet, but I've pushed them through as a priority. For right now, though, you're stuck. There just isn't anywhere else to put you.
I sighed. Figured as much.
I'm Alice. And look, I've actually done a lot of research on the Riley cards, and I can help you. Or at the very least, offer some insight. Really? Absolutely. I'm in Taylor Hall, room 310, and I'll be back in my dorm by 4 today. Thanks. We just came from the Paranormal Society on campus. Ugh, say no more. Yeah, so I'll definitely see you at 4. Great.
Alice said and smiled.
Is this going to be like a whole fucking Hereditary thing where you think that it's a person who's like, oh, I can help you, and all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, by the way, that was my boyfriend who jumped, and I've been trying to get back with his spirit.
I've been trying to like give him a vessel. All of a sudden, that would literally be Hereditary.
Or yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get a vessel for you, and you have a rockin' bod, and I think you'd be perfect. So what size is your titty cups again?
She's trying to get out. It's a girl behind the desk.
Yeah.
So she's trying to get a female body for her boyfriend.
No, she's a lesbian.
Okay. You said boyfriend.
Well, yeah, I messed it up.
The story's now changed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Continue.
What titty size cup are you again? D?
Okay.
Whoa.
I was like,
Bingo was his name.
When you paused after what size, I'm like, am I supposed to participate here?
What size? D? Hi-oh. Bingo was his name.
I like how the side tangent is you fantasizing about being a lesbian with an attractive woman.
Bingo. Bingo was his name. Touching. Why are you doing all this? No reason.
Sometimes you look like a Sesame Street Muppet.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The control you have over your face, like the expressions you make are so...
I'm not a puppet, I'm a man.
You got heated over that quick. Like immediately.
I'm not a puppet, I'm a man. Okay? B-I-N-G-O being his name.
You have the biggest eyes of anyone I've ever met.
What?
Your eyes.
Even hairy. I got hairy too.
Huge. Your eyes are huge. Like when you're standing close
You
to
look like a Russian
large.
nesting doll.
What does that mean? What do you even mean by that?
Google, pull up an image of a Russian nesting doll right now. That's what you look like.
I know what one looks like, but how does that relate to me?
It's the face that you make. It's the face and the contortion that you do. It's the way that you present yourself.
Right now?
Yeah.
What about me is contorted?
Black, soulless eyes.
Oh.
And then really no emotion on the face, just this. And I expect I could go up to you, I could pop off your half, and there'd be an even smaller version of you on the inside doing this. I would just be like, and keep doing it. You just get smaller and smaller until there was one that was like this big. You just like this. That's what I expect. And I do. I do that.
Wow, bro.
And I keep putting back on until it's just.
Wow, dude, you got me. good roast, bro.
That's not a roast. I'm just saying.
Absolutely flamed me with that.
You know
one.
what?
Great
Russian
job,
nesting doll. I stand by it.
What's that even? Okay.
Also, it's not a roast, Isaiah. That's just what I think.
You just think I'm a Russian nesting doll.
So
that's the most bizarre, like, out of the lip thing.
Also, were you roasting me by saying that I have the largest eyes you've ever seen?
No,
Because I thought that was just an observation.
It was an observation, but I was more so
That's
saying
what I was doing too.
That's part of the reason you look so expressionate. You can control your expression so well. You have big features that you can like manipulate easily.
I think you look like a Russian nesting doll.
See, that one has some malice. There's no.
In what way? It's my opinion.
I said you look like a Muppet because like you could make these like bizarre facial expressions, which makes sense because you're a comedian and a personality and stuff like that. So if anything, it was a compliment. You just looked at me and you're like, you look like a Russian doll.
No.
What do I do with that?
No,
what does that even mean?
Russian nesting doll.
Yeah, I was here. I remember.
Well, you said Russian doll.
Okay. What am I supposed to get out of that? That there's a little me inside of me, and then a slightly smaller me inside.
You know what I
one?
think it was is that actually I unconsciously thought that there was layers to you. I guess I was wrong.
I was early to Taylor, but then so was she. I told her story for the second time that day, and Alice wasn't afraid to interrupt with questions, though her queries didn't betray her thoughts. When I was finished, she leaned back in her chair and sighed deeply.
I can't believe it. I'd always heard rumors, but I honestly doubted any of it was true. I can assure you, everything I've told you is absolutely true. And how is it now when you're there? We aren't ever there at night, but during the day we've heard some scratching on the wall, but really quiet whispering, and sometimes we still hear the window opening and closing in broad fucking daylight. However, every time I look up from the street, the windows to 733 are open.
Alice nodded.
Well, for the record, I don't think you're in any danger. As much as it sucks, you guys are simply a casualty. You just need to stay out of room 733.
I snorted.
You gonna snort?
You're doing the voice lines.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'd never go in there.
He's looking at me like, you gonna snort? It's like, no, it's not my job.
I don't know. I believe that you believe that.
He's having a breakdown. I don't know. He got a little tired a minute ago. And since then the lines have been like,
Honestly, you know what I think it is because I feel so defeated about the Russian nesting doll thing that he thought that was an insult.
It was before that, for one.
I never said it was a bad thing, did I?
I
never said it was a bad
thing. Did it hurt
thing.
your feelings?
You know what I think it did?
It hurt your feelings that you called me a Russian nesting doll, and I said that I just asked what the insult was.
No. You know what you did? You looked at me, you said, you did. Good burn.
Because I insulted your
my observation. My observation.
But if it wasn't meant as a roast, then it wasn't an insult. I was wrong in thinking it was supposed to be one.
Well, then I want an apology.
For thinking...
Yeah, for saying that I thought that you thought that I was roasting you.
No. I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you that at all.
Well, for the record, I don't think you're in any danger. As much as it sucks, you guys simply are casualty. You just need to stay at room 733.
I snorted.
Are you kidding?
Did you reset just so you can snort again?
It's a very natural read.
Are you kidding? I'd never go in there. I believe that you believe that. But this thing, whatever it is, it's tricky, manipulative, a liar, and it's smarter than you. I'll try not to be offended by that.
That was very millennial code, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, try not to be offended by that.
Yeah.
Nah.
Checkmate, ghost.
You shouldn't be. What do you think it is? Something very old and something very evil.
I regarded her skeptically, then let my eyes wander around the room. I hadn't really noticed the decor before, but to say Alice had an interest in the occult was an understatement. There's just like a giant Baphomet statue and like pentagrams everywhere.
How long have you had that? It's like a gargoyle that's like this.
It's like the giant, it's doing the like as above, so below thing, and she's like,
Is this evil? Am I an evil place or not?
is this a bad place? This is the other room, is it?
What do you call it? Is this room? Is this one room, Fesley? I want to kill myself. I'm looking around this room. I want to kill myself. That's her looking around. Okay. I'm looking around the room. I want to kill myself. No, this isn't the room. I'm going to kill myself in this room.
I'm going to do it anyway. This is maybe the second room.
Everything, everywhere's a room. Walgreens down the street room. Where am I at? I can't see any situation where I would be compelled to enter that room. I know. But you have to be prepared that there may come a time when you have to make a decision about entering that room. Because what you're dealing with, it's already killed 5 people.
I like how the number just keeps going up.
2 more people.
2 more people.
Do you think that means that the people that are entering their lives are lying to them?
No, I think if this girl's done research, she probably just knows about 2 more deaths.
5? I thought it was 3. Yeah, well, not everyone's inclined to do the level of research that I do. Let's see. There was Ellen Burnham in 1961.
Can you give her like a feminine version of like the, actually.
All right, so pretty much this. Yeah, well, not everyone is inclined to do that level of research that I do. Let's see. There was Ellen Burnham in 1961. She jumped out the window. She was the very first. And then Tad Collinsworth in 1963. He jumped too. Melissa Gregg in 1975. She hung herself. Erin Murphy in 1979. She jumped. And then Eric Douston in 1992. He hung himself. 5 suicides? How could the university still let people live in there? They don't, apparently. That's why it's a supply room. And back then? Well, every few years, once everyone who would remember the head well, I can't do that.
Is it too much? Is it too powerful? It's
too
good.
powerful.
It's a good voice.
Well, every few years, once everyone who would remember that he had once everyone, well...
Are you okay?
I'm not good at reading.
No, it's not that. You're just take a minute, take a breather.
Well,
every few years, once everyone who would remember had graduated, the room would be reassigned. This is before the internet. You know, the incoming freshmen were clueless. But after that last one, Eric Douston, they closed the entire North Hall on the 7th floor and built more rooms onto the South Hall. So, what does it want? Chaos, death, souls. Who knows? No one even knows what it is. So what do we do know? We know that it's somehow bound to that room, though it seems to have minimal influence just outside of it. We know that everyone who's ever died was alone at the time, and we know that it's a trickster. That's what we know.
It wasn't enough.
Why do you think they do it? The victims?
I nodded.
All I know is what's rumored to be in the evidence files. All the suicides were found with pictures of or writings that were considered unspeakable at the time. They contained horrible, evil things that would make you physically sick to read or see, they say. And these people, they they wrote that stuff? Yup. Whatever's in that room drove them mad. That's fucking terrifying. Have you guys considered getting somebody to bless the room? Jesus?
Is that her being like, Jesus Christ?
I think it's an exclamation. If there's no question mark, I thought she's like, Jesus? Like God?
So she means Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have a hard time getting him, but perhaps some other sort of holy person.
That was almost a bear trap on accident that you pulled off.
God? Should I have God bless the room?
You're in some mood right now.
No, I mean, Jesus, you're talking about an exorcism? Maybe. The rumor in the 70s was that this all started with a Ouija board game gone wrong in 1961. Really? That shit's made by Hasbro. Not in the 60s, it wasn't. Anyway, it's just a rumor. The only person on campus who would know is Tom Moeen, an admin. I've tried to talk to him before, but he refuses to see me. Did he go here in 1961? Yes. And he was staying in Riley. We need to talk to him. I need to know what the fuck is happening, or I won't be able to live the rest of my life as a well-adjusted person. I suppose we could try to chase him down on campus. Can we talk to him tomorrow? We can try.
Mr. Moeen wouldn't see us that day or the next. We tried to catch him on his lunch hour and then again while he was leaving work, but he got around us every time. It was soon clear that the old man was actively avoiding us. Lydia and I had seen little of each other since we continued to sleep in other dorms. I went back to our room twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Usually the other room was silent, but that didn't make me feel better. I could always sense something on the other side of the wall, somehow watching me. Felt like the calm before the storm. Thursday before Halloween, I came back to the dorm to shower in the evening, much later than usual. I'd seen Lydia that afternoon, and she'd informed me that she had enough clothes stored at Mike's to last until graduation, so I knew I'd be there alone. I showered down the hall in the safety of the bathrooms and then walked back to my room to change. I was supposed to meet Ian in half an hour to head out to a party, and I wanted to get out of here as quick as possible. Since the silence was unnerving me, I threw my iPod on the docking station and turned up AC/DC.
Why does she introduce ACD?
Walker loves AC/DC. Absolutely loves it.
Highway to Hell? Why the frig not?
Yeah, what's it? Why not? They turn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you women?
That's
no,
Shoot to Thrill.
Shoot to Thrill. You're right. How's Highway to Hell start? Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I'll take it on the one-way ride. No stoplights. Speed limit. I'm gonna get there too. Come on the highway to hell. Highway to hell. Highway to hell.
He's like,
Don't stop it.
You know, the more we read C.K. Walker, the more I find her endearing. Just like...
you haven't found her endearing before?
Well, I've always thought she was... Like, when we started the show, Baraska was like the scariest story I've ever read, you know, when I was younger. But it's like not really the tropes, but like the commonalities I see continue are like, they're nice. Like the fact that she brings up AC/DC.
I would say a lot of her stories are very playful.
Yeah, very playful.
You know, I think that there's like a very, like almost like a fantastical charm to them.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them do not take themselves super seriously.
No.
With the dialogue, it must have there's always like some.
No, which was the biggest problem I had with Baraska 5. That I feel like a lot of it was.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah. But I got dressed and then stood in front of the mirror to dry my hair. I flipped my head over and blow dried upside down to try and give my hair some volume. When I flipped my head back up and shut off the blow dryer, I immediately noticed the silence in the room. That wasn't all I noticed. I wasn't in my dorm anymore. Behind me was reflected the dusty bed frames and large open windows of room 733. I spun around in a panic to find that I was actually standing in my own room. Looked back at the mirror to see that 733 still reflected there. Slight movement behind me was all it took to make me run. I grabbed my purse and phone and I fled from my room, slamming the door behind me. On the elevator ride down, I called Alice.
I can't do it anymore.
I said when she picked up.
I can't go back to that room again. I can't ever go back.
What happened?
I told her.
Jesus, what do you want to do?
I need to talk to someone who knows what the fuck is going on. Is Tom Moen the only person we know was here in 1961?
The only one I know of. Maybe we can get him on his way in tomorrow morning. We'll just corner him and refuse to move until he tells us something. He comes in at 6:30, according to the schedule I have. He wanted to meet me outside the Starbucks in the atrium.
Fuck yeah, I do. I have class at 7:30, but I'll blow it off.
Okay, see you then.
I wasn't usually much for parties, but I was glad I was going to one that night. As soon as we got there, I asked Ian to get me a drink. Since I wasn't always much of a drinker, he gave me a raised eyebrow, gave him a brief synopsis of what happened earlier, hoping he wouldn't think I was crazy. Ian made me a scotch and coke. He was the first of many. Around midnight, I went to have a cigarette and checked my phone. I had a voicemail from Lydia left at 11:04 p.m.
Hey, Becca, listen, I just a huge fucking fight with Mike. I guess his friend decided that for Halloween this year, all the new brothers have to spend the night in the suicide room. In our dorm. I can't fucking take it. He knows what's been going on with us, and he's still agreed to do this. He's now trying to convince me that Sigma Chi is behind all this stuff that's been going on in 733, because they've been trying to drum up buzz for their Halloween deal. I can't...
I hit end and threw my phone in my bag. No wonder Lydia was pissed. This was not good. Not good at all. I found Ian inside and asked him to take me home. I was suddenly very stressed, very tired, and very drunk. When the alarm went off at 6 a.m., took everything I had to pull myself out of bed. I got dressed in the clothes I wore the night before and shuffled my way across campus to the atrium. Alice was already there with a black coffee in hand.
I figure you need this.
What the What? What?
That's how she laughed.
What?
I figure you need this.
Where did that voice come from? What is this performance you're putting on?
I figure you need... Because I know it's going to sound weird if I try doing the girl voice. So it's like, I figure you need this.
Just say, I figured you need this.
It's how she laughed.
Okay, when have you ever put that much emphasis on a laugh mid-sentence?
It's okay. I figure you need this. How'd you know? Your text. I texted you last night. Yeah, at about 1. You told me about Sigma Chi. Sigma Chi. You told me about Sigma Chi.
It's not Sigma.
Oh God, yeah.
It's Sigma Chi, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. You talking about Sigma Chi?
This little mouse.
Did you say Chi?
Sigma Chi.
You told me about Sigma Chi.
It's so close to the laptop.
I can't read it.
He's like leaning all the way.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I pushed my sunglasses higher up my nose and pulled He's leaned all the way into the laptop, waiting for the next line to come.
I have to be prepared. I'm a professional. This is my life now with this fucking laptop.
I pushed my sunglasses higher up my nose and pulled my hood lower over my eyes.
These guys are idiots. Remember how I told you that's crafty? What if the point of messing with you was to make 733 provocative? You know, to seduce people into going inside? No one has been in that room for years. Can you imagine how hungry that thing is? Do you think they're really at risk?
I asked as I sat down on the steps to the admin building.
Yeah, in fact, the only thing they have going for them is that those suicide victims were alone in the room of their deaths. So it'll be less powerful with all them there. Theoretically, we would know a lot more if we knew what it was. And we can't know what it is without knowing how it got here. And that's why we need Moen. What time is it supposed to get here? Actually, 20 minutes ago.
It was another half hour before we resigned ourselves to the fact that Mr. Moen had snuck around us as usual. We went to the front office hoping to beg again for an appointment with him anyway. The woman at the admin desk regarded us coldly.
Tom isn't coming in today, or any other day for that matter. He quit yesterday. Looks like you won't be harassing him anymore. We weren't harassing him. We just desperately needed to talk to him. We still do. Well, you won't get any of his personal information from me.
What? So this guy is like, these students of mine won't leave me
What's I
alone.
mean? He's like going.
I'm going to quit my job.
He's like going around campus. He's like, oh. He's like going around, just like, what the fuck, man? Oh God.
To the degree his secretary's like, yeah, you can't bother him no more.
And guess what?
Like
You
it
won't
made
harass him
sense to
anymore.
her that he would quit his job to not talk to
you
two
realize you're a
students.
tenured professor, right?
I would 100% assume that he was having an affair with them.
Yeah,
100%.
not here, not here.
Yeah, I quit. Don't let them talk to
done.
me. Yeah.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
What the fuck do we do now? Without Tom mowing, there's nothing left to do. Alice, fuck. I can't go back into that room. Well, then I guess it's good your transfers came through. They did? Yep. I got the notice when I checked my work email this morning. You're going to the Morton and Lydia's going to Tinsley. Oh, thank God. I thought you'd be happy about that. I also convinced my boss not to assign anyone else to room 734. Thank fuck. The only thing is you won't be able to move until Monday. I can't last through the weekend, especially now that the end is in sight. I have to tell Lydia.
I opened my phone to pull up Lydia's number, but my attention was caught by the red 1 badge over the voicemail logo. I hit play. It was the rest of the message from last night.
Even look at his dumb fucking face anymore, so I'm going to head home. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I'm drunk enough to sleep through any of the bullshit from next door. I'm just so fucking pissed off right now. I'd rather Ozzy deal with dumb shit than Michael. My parents must be siblings because I'm that fucking retarded Vincent. Let's hang out tomorrow. Love you.
CK Walker really come through that. Michael, my parents must be siblings because I'm that fucking retarded Benson's a pole.
Crazy.
God damn.
Drop my word.
CK wasn't really holding back on that motherfucker.
No.
God damn.
The message ended.
God damn it.
Alice gave me a questioning look.
Lydia spent the night in our dorm.
Alice cringed.
She's safe though, right?
As long as she doesn't go into... She cringed. She's safe though, right?
Did she become like Kermit the Frog all at once?
Yeah, that's more of the easy screen. She's safe though, right?
She's safe though, right? As long as she doesn't go into 733, she won't.
I thought of the always open large windows on the corner room. If nothing else, the mere thought of those would keep Lydia the hell out of that room.
Good. Well, since we have nothing else to do you want to go look for theology books in the library? It's pretty much the only thing open right now.
Sure.
Would it be in a theology book? Also, Alice has done all this research, but she hasn't gone to the library.
Also, I'm like, if you want to go look at theology books, no.
Yeah, it's like, we're reading
What?
about Odin and Jesus. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to help.
You
us.
want to go look at theology books? It's the only thing open right now. No. No, I don't.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking. That's unbelievable. Even though, to be fair, CK Walker did give us the pass.
Did she? Is that how that works?
Kind of.
We read a character.
It's canon,
say it.
technically.
Okay.
Well, his parents are siblings.
Yeah, of course.
But also,
Bleep
I'd be
that
like,
as well.
oh, fucking Alice, the fucking terrible idea machine, or whatever.
Don't bleep that one. Leave that one.
You
in.
bleep that too.
No.
You bleep the whole thing. One long continuous beep. Beep.
The little old lady who sat behind the library's checkout desk must have been 1,000 years old. Miss Stapley's eyes were small and watery, and her skin looked like it was melting off of her skull.
Jesus fucking Christ.
My word.
It's a monster behind that desk.
Walter's been like just like the best couple characters. Still, she was nice and knowledgeable, and she sent us in the right direction for books on demonology, though she gave us a curious look as she did. There wasn't much. Read everything we could, but it either wasn't relevant or wasn't in English. We returned to her desk 30 minutes later.
Do you have anything on the occult?
The occult?
Her voice trailed off.
Yes, I do. Over there to the left of the reference section.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm too hungover to use the Dewey Decimal System. I don't think that she likes the look of us.
Alice whispered as we walked away.
Or our look or our subject matter. Probably neither.
Within the hour, we were back up at her desk, having struck out again. We could tell she was getting annoyed as her eyes narrowed suspiciously at us as we approached.
Sorry, do you know where we could find something on seances or Ouija boards or...
Now listen, girls.
Miss Stapley stood up from her desk and looked over her glasses at us.
I really hope this is for class.
It is. It's not.
Alice answered simultaneously.
It's personal research.
Research? What kind of research?
Look, we're not going to mess with a Ouija board or anything.
Good.
Stapley smoothed her pleated pants and sat back down.
Because I can't have this sort of thing going on here again.
Again?
The older woman suddenly looked very uncomfortable and started fidgeting with a stack of books on her desk.
We may have something on seances and...
Mrs. Stapley, we're researching what happened in Riley in 1961, and also what's been happening there ever since.
Well, it's no secret, is it? A student committed suicide in that room. Dreadful, but not unheard of on the university campus.
5 students. But you know that, right?
Alice was suddenly talking very fast.
Because it sounds like you're well versed in this story. Please tell us how this started and we might be able to find an end to it.
Ended?
Stapley's voice became quieter but more concentrated.
Don't be so arrogant, young lady. You can't end it. People have always died in that room, and they always will. There's no end to it, so you best stay away from it.
But maybe if we knew how it started, that...
It started just as you think it did. But everyone that was involved is either very old or very dead by now. Just stay away from the room. Concentrate on your studies.
I leaned over her desk.
Well, I love to, but they assigned my friend and me to the room next door. Maybe you can forget about all the suicides, but we can't. It won't fucking let us.
Young lady, I never forget.
Stapley's voice was even quieter now.
Should I...
No. I think that's where it's at.
My friend Ellen was very fast to be killed in that room. She was my very best friend. And not a night goes by. That went British there. She was a very best friend. And not a night goes by that I don't imagine her wiggling out of that tiny window, standing upon the cold ledge in her bare feet and jumping off the 7th floor of that building.
I'm really sorry, I didn't know.
Yes, well, these are old wounds, my dear. Now, girls, I suggest you request a room reassignment immediately. No one should be living on the 7th floor of that building, if that's all I'm going to tell you about it.
Why would she just stop there?
I'm done.
I don't think she knows anymore beyond, there were creepy things, and then it culminated with her friend killing herself.
I see.
And they'd probably be the same, like we heard a voice, we heard knocking and stuff.
Right.
Alice sighed, but resigned herself to a nod. We wouldn't learn anything more here. Still, it was quite a breakthrough. At least we had some information now. Alice walked away, and I made to follow her, but my feet wouldn't move. Something was bothering me. A small yet poignant word had been buried in Mrs. Stapley's story. A word that suddenly seemed very important.
Miss Stapley?
I asked the tired old woman at the desk.
Why did you refer to the windows in 733 tiny? Because I've seen the windows and they're huge. Like 5 feet tall.
Dear, you're thinking of the corner room. That's the supply closet. Room 733 is next door to that.
No, that's room 734.
Yes, well, it is now. When they built the additional rooms on the South Hall, they moved all the room numbers down.
That's fun. That's a fun twist.
Yeah.
At the end, yeah. I also like
She's alone in the room!
Yeah, I also like how there's that thing where it's like it's tricky, it'll trick you, and then this was actually a trick I didn't see coming. When she had the voicemail from her friend, I'm like, oh, maybe the voicemail's fake or something, but I didn't think about the rooms getting switched. And it coming from the tiny windows, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh my God. I suddenly felt very hot and very dizzy.
That sneaky fucker.
Alice whispered next to me, her skin paling.
Lydia.
We took off across the campus at a dead run, witnessed only by the few bleary-eyed students on their way to morning classes. When Riley finally came into view, I stumbled on the pavement as my blood turned to ice. From our vantage point, we could clearly see the windows of the corner room were closed. The first and only time I had ever seen that way. The window to my room was open. We ran into the lobby, pushing past several latte-sipping, Ugg boot-wearing freshmen who had just gotten off the elevator. I hit 7 and watched the doors close more slowly than they ever had before. I leaned against the wall, trying to steady my breathing.
Alice, how the fuck did this happen? I don't know. I don't fucking know. She's been in there all night, Alice. In our room, alone.
Alice shook her head but had nothing to say. When the doors finally opened on floor 7, we saw a quiet, deserted hallway. I ran toward my room with Alice right behind me. Rounding the corner, I threw open my door hoping it wasn't locked, and it wasn't. Lydia looked back at me, and for one breathless moment, a cruel glimmer of hope crossed over her tear-streaked face. But it was too late. The next second, she leaned forward so slightly that she was gone. She screamed the entire way down. Alice ran to the ledge where Lydia had been while I stood motionless. She stuck her head out of the window and looked down just as a different kind of screaming started from the bottom floor. Alice closed her hand over her mouth and pulled her head back into the room as tears of shock ran down her ghost-white face. The screaming from outside got louder as more people saw what remained of my best friend on the cold pavement. I leaned back against the dresser and slumped to the floor. A falling death. Lydia never wanted a falling death. I absentmindedly picked up one of the pictures that were strewn all over the floor. It was a picture of Lydia's mother. She was dead. I picked up another picture. It was Lydia's baby sister. She was dead too. There were dozens of pictures just like it all over the floor. Lydia had been busy all night. As for the things depicted in them, I cannot tell you. Lydia was a talented artist, and I only saw a few before I got sick on the floor next to me. Alice was standing in the doorway yelling something down the hall. I don't know what she was saying because all I could hear was a high-pitched whine in the room. Suddenly, a piece of paper slid out from under the crack in the closet door and glided across the floor towards me. I picked it up and studied it for a moment. This was drawn by Lydia too, but it wasn't like the others. It was a picture of the closet from my exact vantage point. In the drawing, the door was cracked and there was something looking back at me from the darkness. Put the paper down and studied the closet. The door was cracked open, just like the picture. I squinted my eyes and tried to see inside. Just as I started to distinguish the defined lines of a long face looking back at me, Alice pulled me to my feet.
We need to get out of here.
I thought I heard her say. I never went back into that room. My parents moved my things, and I spent the rest of the semester in an apartment off campus. I transferred to an out-of-state school for my spring semester and finished my degree there. Every night, I dream of Lydia pulling herself through the tiny window, shimmying out on the cold ledge, standing up and knowing there's nothing between her body and the terrifying abyss in front of her. I watch her look down several stories to the black pavement below and realize, though not accept, her terrible fate. I see the blind horror cross her familiar features. I hear her wildly pounding heart, desperately trying to race through every beat of the life she should have lived, knowing it only has mere seconds. I watch her look back at me, and I watch her fall. It's been 9 years since that night. And every fall semester for 9 years, I've called resident services to see which dorms are open for new student assignments. Riley's always open. 7th floor's closed. This year, life and work got in the way, and I called much later than usual. Was put on hold immediately.
Resident services.
The man finally answered.
Were you the one asking about the open rooms in Riley?
Yes, that's me.
We're entirely filled up and there's a waiting list for Riley. But as it happens, you actually have great timing. Make no promises, but we may be able to get you in. We just got approval this morning.
Approval for what?
We're opening up the 7th floor.
What a fun story. That's the end of it. That's a great little
Walker always knows
story.
how to do it.
Yeah. What a nice haunted college room 733.
Room 733, nice, quick characters. The build up between the two roommates was great. I love the emphasis that she puts too of like, oh, that isn't that just a horrible way to fall, and that ends up being her fate. It's like such a nice little, and it's not dramatized. It isn't drawn out. It's just a little thing. Yeah. The only thing I would say is that it's a bit too convenient. Like, you want to go look at theology books, and then you get the
they needed their excuse was like
something.
We needed them to be away to run into the library girl.
Totally.
That, so
yeah, I mean, it's still fun. Still had a great time, and also too just tragic. Very fast too at the end. Just kind of like a nice punch in the gut. You know?
Yeah.
was really
just
fun.
like
though.
she last moment something compelled her. It's like forcing her out. She has drawings of her like going to kill her family. It's like so. It's an excuse to everyone else of like, oh well, they were clearly mentally deranged, and that's why they took their own life. But it's like she's being forced to draw all of them, and then she has the tear-streaked face. She's about to die. It's like it possesses you almost to do it.
I like too that there just really wasn't any information on the ghost. It just is a haunting.
It just is.
It just is.
It has yellow eyes, and it came from a Ouija board. They say that's all we know.
Simply is.
Yeah, something got invited in there during a game of Ouija boards. It's never left.
For a ghost story like this, that's kind of what you want too.
Yeah,
it just is. You know, it's just it's around us. There's the idea too of the entire time of them trying to figure out why or how was the downfall of the trickery. You know what I mean? It's almost like part of the trickery was like driving you mad to be like what, like just trying to make sense of something that's completely senseless.
Yeah,
which is pretty sick.
I liked it. It was a fun little campfire story.
Yeah, it was very fun. Always can rely on C.K. Walker, can't you?
Except when it's part 5 of another story. But other than that, loved her.
Yeah, I thought it was great. All in all, I mean, fuck, that was just a fun read all around. Also, I had a stroke.
You did a few times.
Multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know, because normally, not so much this time, but a lot of the time, like, it's not that bad, but you just, like, get super down on yourself about it. But this time you did both. Like you were super down on yourself, but
it's been good lately too. I feel like I've been really solid lately, and then now all of a sudden, I don't know why.
Can you hold the computer up so I can see what the text, how big the text is on your end? Okay, show the audience. So, have you
just Pornhub?
Have you considered classes?
I really don't think it's a class. I think I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
I think I'm dyslexic, and I'm trying.
What's your vision?
20/20, baby.
Okay. Have you ever taken a reading comprehension test, like for dyslexia and stuff?
I don't know.
Okay.
I also just think I might just be really stupid.
You're not. That's the thing.
Well,
that's why I'm worried about you, because you're not a dumb man. You're like,
just room. I don't want to kill myself in this room.
This is a great place to kill myself.
I want to kill myself in this room right now. That's our episode. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz. And of course, thank you to our awesome patrons who support the channel, get a little extra kickback on the side for content. And we will see you in the next one, guys.
We'll see you in the next one. Also, I had one bear trap. Hunter had none, so that means I won that episode.
I had one, or no, that was the last story, the Jesus one. Oh, that's Jesus in this one. I had one bear trap.
No, that doesn't count.
You said that was a bear. You said it was a bear trap earlier.
I mockingly said it was a bear trap because the character says Jesus, and you go, Jesus? Oh, wait, Jesus. And then the other character goes, I don't think you could get him.
You did, and you said, well, you kind of had a future bear trap. And I was like, that's what
I was being a little,
that's what
you know what? You get half of one. I'll give you that. So that's one versus
full
half.
rear back of a bear trap. No. That is a locked leg in that bear trap.
No, mine.
Perfect timing. Look at that.
What just?
Light went out.
Okay. I win.
Bye.
No.